Hi, it's Clutch here from the Sodak Motorcycle Blog, and welcome to Comments and Beer for November 2025. Of course, if you haven't been here before, Comments and Beer is the monthly comment show where I go through all the YouTube comments that I get, and we talk about the comments. I like to, instead of responding to all the comments, I like to take your comments and respond to them in a video. So that's what we do here. We always do it the first of the month. Once again, or the first Thursday of the month, once again, just like every other Sodak Motorcycle Blog video, it comes out at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, or if you're trying to figure out what Mountain Time is, it's Denver time, so 7 p.m. Denver time, whatever time that is. Anyways, let's get to it. So, another part of the show that we haven't talked about yet is obviously the beer part of the show. And, well, tonight's beer comes to us from not from Sawyer Brewing, but comes from Crow Peak Brewing Company. It is their Hobo's Butt Sniffer Extra Pale Ale, and it's 4% ABV, 11 IBU, and I don't really have much of a description other than that because Crow Peak Brewing does not like to put their tap list on their website, which is very weird to me, but it is what it is. But Crow Peak is still one of my favorites. Oh, and they got that right to the brim. Perfect. So let's go ahead. First of all, let's pour this thing out. Try not to make a mess. Okay, we made a little bit of a mess. We made a little bit of a mess. Is what it is. All right, we'll cup that back up. But there we go. Hobo's Butt Sniffer. A lot of foam. All right, so we got the beer now. So I guess let's get to the comment. Our first comment this month, and also you have to forgive me because the glasses look weird in the light. I pretty much am going to go without the glasses, meaning I still need to look at these because, you know, I'm kind of getting old. So, you know, is what it is. Got to have my readers. But we're going to try it without. So our first comment here comes from K93. Good Lord. T3Y a month ago. And, of course, first thing you're going to notice is, well, let's go with the comment here first. So this is from Comments and Beer of October 25. And they say, you should buy a purple Goldwing. Now, you will notice, it's probably a little hard to notice on video, but they got a little Sodak Motorcycle Blog logo, right by their name. That means they're a member, meaning I replied to their comment within 48 hours. And my reply was, as long as it's not a yellow one, I'm game. And that's exactly right. Yeah, I'm not a fan of yellow motorcycles. Yellow is not my color. You'll find out we got on one during this rally and some of the videos that come up, and I'm like, no, yellow still is not that color. And it seems like you either love yellow or you hate it. I absolutely hate yellow. My brother thinks yellow is awesome. As far as I'm concerned, the only yellow I really like is the yellow of my DeWalt tools, and frankly, I could go with that out of yellow, but, you know, my dad's a DeWalt guy, which means I'm a DeWalt guy because, you know, I've gotten some stuff over the years from him, and, well, he started me with DeWalt stuff, so, you know, once you're on a battery line, you're kind of on it, so other than that, yeah, that's about it for that comment. Let's see, what's our next one? All right, oh, another one from K93T3Y, and another edition. This is responding to the thumbnail. They say, also, I realize that AI, but no, three no's to that Goldwing. And yeah, I gotta say, I agree because my response was, yeah, it's quite ugly. And that was kind of what I was going for. That thumbnail was quite ugly. And just highlighting just the stupid AI crap that you see coming from YouTube nowadays. It's kind of ridiculous. But, you know, we're in the AI revolution, so I guess that's what we get. And frankly, in the end, you know, I can't complain too much about AI because I've used a little bit of it. I've used ChatGPT a little bit. We have our own GPT for for the military that actually I have access to because I'm a DoD or excuse me, Department of War civilian, and yeah, it's handy sometimes for if you're trying to organize thoughts, things like that, trying to put something together, maybe making a very important email. So just getting everything a double check before you send it. But yep, it's AI. It is what it is. It's here to stay. So our next comment from George KB. This is another one from this three-wheel thing is getting out of hand. And that was last year's Rally Demos, by the way. I have a 2025 F3 Limited Special Series, my third Can-Am. I'll take them over a brand that's dying like Harley. All right. Like I said, Can-Am owners, man, they are a very proud bunch. I will tell you that much. Yeah, no, I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you found a brand it likes, and like I said, that F3 Limited was pretty impressive. Actually, everything that I've ridden from Can-Am is very impressive. I will say this: I don't know if I don't think Harley is dying. Maybe they're not what they used to be, but I don't know. I feel like Harley's still going to be around for quite a while. And frankly, here's what's going to happen with Harley. If the brand does die, guess what? The brand won't go away. The bikes will just go away. They'll just become a full-on clothing line. Because think about it, the amount of clothing out there that's Harley Davidson. I mean, hell, in my mind, I think if Harley really wanted to make money, just get out of bikes altogether and just start selling clothing. Because I'm pretty sure they do well. Because there is Harley everything. So I think Harley is going to still be around for quite a while. I really do. But, I guess we'll agree to disagree on that one. Oh, and one more thing I will say. In my mind, and I have my complaints about Harleys, but at the same time, here's the thing. And this is what I always say. As far as Harley Davidson goes, I root for Harley to do well. And here's why I like Harley to do well. Because in my mind, if Harley's doing well, the motorcycle industry as a whole in the United States is doing well. And that bodes well for all of us that ride here in the States. And frankly, bodes well for all of us that ride motorcycles in North America. Because, if Harley's struggling, that means everybody else is struggling. And that means bike brands are failing. And that means limited options for the consumer. And frankly, we are in such a good time where you got so many options now that I really don't want that to go away. But, with the future coming up, the things are the way they are. I guess we'll see how that goes. All right, our next comment. And this is from our friend Memphis on a Shark. Big fan of Sodak Motorcycle Blog. Very much appreciate you commenting on my videos. And this is from my final video of my Colorado trip this year, titled I Just Want a Damn T-Shirt. Once again, part 7 of my Colorado trip. And he asked, does your bike have a CB? If so, do you ever use it? There's no one on the CB here in the Midwest anymore. So, yes, my bike does have a CB. I have used it before, but it's usually pretty dead on it. I mean, I still run around with it. I'll still leave it on. I run it on, was it 18? No, 19. I'll run it on channel 19, and I basically run it all the time. I use it more or less if I can catch a little something coming over the headset, crash come up, something like that. But honestly, CBs just aren't a big deal anymore. And even in the truck side, you're getting more and more hard pressed to find CBs in a truck anymore. It's just not a thing anymore. It used to be that was back in the day, that was a big part of trucking, and there were things like, for the reason I still keep it on is listen for things like, if there's a crash coming up, something like that. And I've used it before too, to warn of crashes to other drivers coming up. So, I try to use it, but it's, like I said, it's usually pretty dead nowadays. And frankly, as far as comms go, now with where we got, Senna and Cardo headsets that have mesh technology that frankly, does about as good as a CB would, especially for your group. And, it is kind of it's definitely a relic. I think it's definitely a dying relic for sure, is a CB. But like I said, we still keep it on, and every once in a while you'll hear some weird stuff on there. Although I don't hear the weird stuff like I used to. It seemed like the last year and a half, like the weird stuff has really gone away. So, and I'm sure the weird ones, they're getting old, they're retiring, they're dying, whatever. It's part of life. But yeah, I've heard some really weird things on the CB over the years. That's for sure. Even on a bike. So, yeah. Anyways, you gotta love the CB. All right, so our next comment. This is from Shadowband by YouTube. 13 days ago on this three-wheel thing is getting out of hand. Sturgis Rally 2024 demos. And he says, nobody likes you, bro. So I will say this. Yeah, okay, maybe nobody likes me, but I will say this at least. What are we up to now? It doesn't really have the payoff when you gotta wait. So one thing, I do have 640 subscribers. So, and I think only 3/4 of them are bots. So there's some people in this world that do like me. So, but anyways, I would say with a name like Shadowband by YouTube, I would guess that trolling is a profession for you. So, anyways, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I will say this: say hello to your mom for me when she brings you down your cheesy poofs tonight. So, have fun, bud. And this one is from Mr. Harley Pup, and it's from the video I Quit. And basically that video, that's where I talk about the fact that I left the Green Knight. So this is from Mr. Harley Pup. He says, mate, good vid. Sounds like you've got a lot going on and a bit to process. Club members not riding is an issue that all clubs face, at least at some stage. Take some time, ride your bike, and maybe in 12, 18 months, find the club that has a hang-around process so you get to see if they ride enough to meet your expectations. Even if that club isn't an MMC, I'm sure you'll find one that is better fit. But until then, safe travels, Pup. Well, thanks for your kind words of encouragement there, Pup. I do appreciate it. Now, I have said that, yes, I probably intend to just stay independent for quite a long time. I don't know if I really see a club in my future again. But then again, no, never say never. I will say this, though. There is sometimes there are things that was kind of nice about this year, where I was just kind of doing my own thing pretty much all the time again. Got to do some things again. It's not that I couldn't do anything, but it's different when you're wearing the colors. That's for sure. But it made things like going to rally, going to Colorado this year and stuff, where it's kind of nice not to have to worry about I got the colors on my back. I gotta make sure I'm doing the right thing. And then little things like, when I ride to work and I always carry a backpack. Well, if you have a backpack and you're wearing colors, well, you don't ever cover those colors up, right? Well, and I know it's a weird little thing, but this summer was kind of weird where it's like, oh, I can throw my backpack on my shoulder again. It's a little bit easier to carry in, especially when you got a lot of stuff. So there's little nice things like that. And I will say this, looking back, I don't have any regrets for leaving, that's for sure. I definitely think I did the right thing. I definitely think it was a little bit kind of relieving for me to not have to worry about that stuff. And there were things this year like not having to worry about Dakota Thunder ride. It was kind of nice. And so it was definitely, I think it was the right time to do it. And definitely I have regrets about doing it. And we'll also see what the future holds. I like to try to keep all options open. I tend to say never because, well, you never know how things change. Excuse me. Let's say I move to somewhere different in the world. Maybe I get in a new friend group where I'm riding, something like that. So I guess we'll see what the future holds. But until then, like I said, we'll be riding for the Sodak motorcycle blog, I guess. All right. So let's take a look at that final comment, shall we? This one is from BSFunk44. This is from 2 days ago, and this is a video that just came out as you're watching this from the week before, and I demoed the 2025 Honda CBR 750 Hornets, and they say, you don't even have the US model in the thumbnail. Well, shoot, I guess that's just terrible, but I will say this, professionalism and meticulous attention to detail are not things you're going to find here, because that's just not the kind of motorcycle vlog or motorcycle blog that we are. We operate on the fringes I would say we're in the fringes of semi-novicism, as in we're not very good, and we don't we don't do a very good job in what I do, and I tend to miss a lot of things. And yep, well, but I will say this about that thumbnail. That was a thumbnail I pulled right off of, pretty sure it was right off of Yamaha's website. So, frankly, here's the thing. I don't know enough about them to tell. I don't know how you can tell. I have no idea. But anyway, sure, I guess we don't have the US model. Oh well, here's the thing. Here's the point of the thumbnail. Well, first of all, I didn't take a picture of the bike when I left, which that was an oversight, but whatever. The point of that video is, hey, here's a bike. This is kind of what it looks like, all right? So, I mean, it is what it is, all right? Sorry. But, and that is it. That is it. That is all the comments. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, that's everything. So I think we're done with comments and beer for the month. Another month down. All right. Shoot. I am really sidetracked right now. You have them awkward moments where you kind of don't know what to do, and you look away and you just keep clicking buttons, and you're not looking at the camera or nothing. You just nervously clicking buttons on your computer just like I did. Well, yeah, that's what we just did. But anyways. All right. I'd like to thank you for swinging by the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. Once again, my name is Clutch. And like I've said before, we make weekly motorcycle videos. They come up every Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. One of those videos is our monthly Comments and Beer series. But we also have various other videos we do. A lot of Sturgis Rally videos. A lot of demos from a Sturgis Rally. Trips I take. Things I got going on. All kinds of stuff like that. So I will say this. If you liked what you see, first of all, I'd like to encourage you, if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you like what you see from the Sodak Motorcycle Blog, I'd like to have you consider subscribing to Sodak Motorcycle Blog. Because, like I said, you can get more of the same content. While you're there, while you do subscribe, you can also click the bell notification icon to be alerted for any future videos or any activity that comes up with the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. So you don't have to remember what day of the week that I release those videos. Now, if you are currently a subscriber, I would like to encourage you to think about a membership to the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. And with that, for $2.99 a month, you get access to all my videos as I upload them. Currently, at this moment, you're looking at, oh hell, I probably got, I've probably got 16 videos worth of content that are sitting out there. They're uploaded right now. But you'll see all of them on there say members first. Well, if you were a member of Sodak Motorcycle Blog, the minute you pay that $2.99, guess what? You got instant access to all those videos. Additionally, you get priority reply to comments. Meaning, if you leave a comment, I will reply to the comment actually on YouTube within 48 hours of it posting. Also, like you saw in that one little thumbnail, you get a little Sodak Motorcycle Blog logo by your name that'll signify to people, yep, you are a member of the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. Now, you're probably saying, well, what if I just pay the $2.99 and do it for a month and watch all the videos and call it good? You know, honestly, if you want to do that, that's fine. The minute you pay that $2.99, you got access to it. So if you just do it for 1 month, watch all the videos and cancel again, guess what? No big deal. I got $3 from you. It's not a big deal to me. So, but I would encourage you to think about that. Additionally, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, well, like I said before, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. Also, feel free to leave comments, including those that say nobody likes you, bro. That's fine too. As far as I'm concerned, a comment is a comment, and it's all content to me, and it also helps to make this video possible every single month. But anyways, one more time, from the Sodak Motorcycle Blog, I'm Clutch, and we'll see you later.